guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you my January TBR. We're already a weekend to January and I've already read 2 of these books, so I'm not going to go into much detail. You'll hear about them in my wrap up, of course. So, first one is Walking in the Americas by Levison Wood. This is his 3rd book. I watched his documentary Walking the Nile with Casey back in 2016 on Animal Planet, and it was so good. And he is just one of those explorers where you just have to follow his journeys. He just makes it more interesting, more knowledgeable. He's a former British paratrooper, and he walks all these dangerous countries. And yeah, he just released a new book called Arabia, where he walks or explores the Middle East, and I'm so looking forward to it. But yeah, Levison Wood, awesome. I give him a 5 out of 5, and he just has a certain humor and British humor in his books. If you're into travel and dangerous places, read his books. I forgot to say, most of these books that I'm reading this month are for blog tour spots. And the first one, it's not exactly a blog tour, but I'm reading the 2nd book for a blog tour, and I didn't read the first one, but it is one of my favorite books of this year so far. Yeah. And it is Ash Princess by Laura Sebastian. I read this in 2 days. It's a fantasy. It's like Children of Blood and Bone with some other kind of story. I had it in my head and I forget, but it's mixed with something else and is damn good. I'm not going to tell you what it's about. Wait for my wrap up, but if you read this and you liked it, comment down below and let's chat about it. So, the 2nd book, I have an arc. It comes out in April of this year. It is Lady Smoke by Laura Sebastian, and it's a hunker. I want to start it tonight after I get done filming this video, and I'm just I got to see what Theodosia does. And I like the character's name because every time I say the word Theodosia, Hamilton and Aaron Burr. I'm going to read another nonfiction book this month, and it is Jungleland, a mysterious lost city, a World War II spy, and a true story of deadly adventure by Christopher S. Stewart. I can read. I don't remember why I got this one. I think I was looking at readtheworld.org, and it had that whole list, and I was going to I was in the Caribbean and Latin America section, and my library didn't have any of the books that were listed. And so I went on my Goodreads and I went and did a nonfiction search in some Latin American countries, and this popped up. And it says World War II, yes, and adventure. Apparently in the adventure books this month, and nonfiction. My goal for this year was to read 1 nonfiction and 1 classic this month. I'm starting the year off with 2 nonfiction and 0 classics, so that's alright. I can read 2 classics next month. I've read some of the reviews on Goodreads about how this is a fake, that it's not real, that he stole somebody else's story. I don't know. I'm going to have to look into it. That might be interesting. I will be taking part in the Buzzword Readathon that is on January 14th through January 20th, and I only have 1 book picked out so far. If I get finished with this one, then I'm going to be picking up the 2nd Pretty Little Liars book that I have called Flawless. It's a Pretty Little Liars series. It's liars in the series title, so it counts. But yeah, the Buzzword Readathon, the buzzword for This time is lie, so I'm going to be reading One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. I read her newest book. It should be out by now or coming out after this video. I read it for a blog tour spot, and it was called Two Can Keep a Secret. I can speak today, I promise. But I liked Two Can Keep a Secret. It was very fast paced. If Prom Night and Mean Girls had a baby, then Two Can Keep a Secret would be that offspring. I have 2 more books on my list, and I don't have them with me. One's at the library and one's in the mail, but I have another blog tour post scheduled for the end of the month, and it's for A Circle of Elephants by Eric Dinerstein. It's book 2 in the Nandu series. The first book is called What Elephant Knows. It's like a Jungle Book retelling, but it's set in India. And a little 2-year-old gets found, and he's raised by elephants or a pack of wild dogs, and the kingdom or the rulers are elephants. Like a Jungle Book Mowgli retelling. So I'm looking forward to it. And the second book is when Nandu, the little boy, is 13 and he has to save the kingdom, maybe? I don't really know. I'm anticipating it. The last book I'm going to get to is going to be at the end of the month. I am going to do a reading vlog. So subscribe and stay tuned for it. But it's going to be for City of Fallen Angels by Cassandra Clare, book 4 in the Mortal Instruments series. I wanted to finish most of these books this year. I just got Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy in the mail yesterday. I got it from Very Dice. If you don't know what Very Dice is, it's an app where you can roll dice and get tickets, and then you can redeem those tickets for free items. And I'm always getting books or jewelry or movies, so because they're the cheapest. And yeah, so I'm going to be reading this one and doing a read vlog. So hit subscribe, please. And that is it for my January TBR. I hope you enjoyed. I got 8 books, and I've already read 2, so I'm on a roll. 8 days in, and I've already read 2 books, which is not great, but not good neither. But I got this. If Lady Smoke is anything like Ash Princess, I'll be done with it in 2 days, and then I can get to Jungle Land. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit subscribe, please, for future reading vlogs and my upcoming book outlet unboxing and my top 19 backlist books I want to read for this year. I'm messing up because my oldest is looking at me. But yeah, other than that, I'll see you in my next video. Bye!